Xu Jingming stands among the carcasses of defeated beasts, panting from exhaustion but satisfied. He checks his interface, noting he has gained 18 on 13 ability points, and calculates that a breakthrough to high-rank Tier 3 is close. Sweat drips from his face. He can last 6 days without sleep, but it has only been a little over a day. He reviews his efficient routine, luring monsters for 2 hours and recovering for 8, which yields 3,600 points each time, a massive amount daily. For efficiency, Xu Jingming decides to quickly collect the loot from a fallen wolf and find a resting spot. While looting, he holds up a glowing purple gem, pleased that the first Tier 3 Thunder Beast he killed dropped a rare Thunder Crystal core, a sign of excellent luck. 5 days later, in the central thunderstorm zone, a trio of students from the elite training camp walks through the forest. The group includes Lei Jinyang, a female student, and another male student. The female student complains to Lei Jinyang about waking up at 3 a.m. He calmly explains that in the perpetually lit zone, the time of day makes little difference. She asks when they can head back, since it is the final day of their 6-day assessment. Lei Jinyang insists on staying until 6 p.m., noting that enduring longer will leave a better impression on their superiors and uphold the camp's reputation. The female student scoffs, bringing up Xu Jingming, the coward from Magic City University. She assumes he left days ago, reasoning that if their team barely managed by taking turns to rest, he couldn't have survived alone. She notes her smart decision to join the Thunder Martial Arts Hall directly. Suddenly, a massive rumbling noise shakes the forest, startling them. They look around, wondering if it is an earthquake. The female student screams, identifying the disturbance as a beast tide and urging the others to run. Lei Jinyang tries to maintain order, observing that the tide scale isn't too large. A horde of lightning-wrapped beasts charges through the forest. Running desperately ahead of them is Xu Jingming, who seems to be their target. The elite students recognize him immediately, surprised he is still in the zone. Lei Jinyang thinks Xu has accidentally provoked the herd and suggests they help him. The female student stops Lei, accusing Xu Jingming of intentionally leading the beast tide toward them as bait for his escape. Ignoring them completely, Xu Jingming rushes past their group at high speed, a trail of lightning behind him. The herd of beasts thunders past the students, ignoring them as they blindly follow Xu Jingming's lightning trail. The female student laughs mockingly, thinking Xu Jingming is doomed. However, she pauses when she realizes the beasts aren't attacking them. Lei Jinyang observes the scene sharply, realizing Xu Jingming is deliberately using his golden lightning to lure the beasts away for his own purposes. Lei Jinyang watches with growing concern, puzzled why a mere Tier 3 mid-rank student is attracting so many powerful beasts, including several at the peak of Tier 3. The female student points out that Xu Jingming has stopped running. Lei Jinyang sweats nervously, knowing that even he would struggle against such a large group, and wonders how Xu Jingming plans to survive. Xu Jingming suddenly turns and unleashes a ferocious burst of energy. Countless streaks of lightning slash through the air, slicing the beasts to pieces in an instant. Lei Jinyang is stunned by the terrifying power and range of the attack. He mentally compares it to his own limits. As a peak Tier 3 user, his range is only 30 meters, while Xu Jingming's attack covers a much larger area. He suspects Xu Jingming's ability is not just A rank, but possibly S rank. But he quickly dismisses the thought, finding it hard to believe a freshman could already be at the Tier 3 mid-rank level. A massive lightning explosion finishes off the herd. The other male student stares in disbelief, commenting on the ferocity of Magic City University students as Xu Jingming slaughters the beasts like dogs. Amidst the carnage, Xu Jingming checks his status. He has 23,000 ability points, finally meeting the requirements to advance. Exhausted after 5 sleepless days, he decides to find a safe spot to upgrade before returning to base. Watching the aftermath, the male student asks Lei Jinyang if he could have handled that herd. Lei Jinyang admits he could, but not with the same blinding speed. The male student wipes sweat from his forehead, relieved he didn't force a duel with Xu Jingming earlier, realizing he would have been beaten badly. The female student asks if Xu Jingming could kill a Tier 4 beast like Lei Jinyang can. Lei Jinyang evaluates Xu Jingming's strength and estimates he probably couldn't. Satisfied, she concludes that Lei Jinyang is still superior. 10 minutes later, sitting on a log in a quiet part of the forest, Xu Jingming activates his deep blue system to add his points. A surge of golden lightning erupts from his body as the upgrade takes effect. Xu Jingming successfully breaks through to Tier 3 high rank. His physique and spirit attributes increase by nearly 500 points, and his ability range increases to 40 meters. He notes his stats have now reached the level of an ordinary Tier 4 A rank user. Feeling his spirit recover, Xu Jingming changes his mind about resting. Instead, he leaps from the log, deciding to make another trip to the core area to observe the natural lightning. Back at the base, Jiang Luo paces anxiously, worried that Xu Jingming has not returned for 5 days and nights. He fears his junior brother might be in danger, noting that even he can only endure the zone for 8 days. Instructor Wu Chuan approaches, asking why he is waiting there again. Jiang Luo explains he is waiting for his junior brother. Wu Chuan confirms the student hasn't returned, and Jiang Luo points out it has been 6 days, so he should be back. Wu Chuan reassures him, offering to keep an eye out for Xu Jingming while he heads into the thunderstorm zone to hunt. Jiang Luo expresses his gratitude. Wu Chuan waves it off, stating that as colleagues, helping each other is expected. 6 hours later, deep in the core area, Xu Jingming sits high on a tree branch, observing his surroundings. He decides it is time to head back and prepares to come down. Xu Jingming leaps down, landing firmly on the forest floor. He reflects on his new strength, noting that while a Tier 3 high-rank physique is impressive, it is still far from the peak. Suddenly, a ferocious roar echoes through the forest. A massive storm thunder bear emerges, which Xu Jingming identifies as a Tier 4 high-rank beast. He considers using his heavenly lightning to one-shot it, but decides instead to test his physical combat abilities now that he is Tier 3 high-rank. Xu Jingming activates his transformation, wraps himself in golden lightning, and leaps toward the bear to fight. Hidden behind a tree, Wu Chuan is surprised to finally find Xu Jingming after looking for so long. He observes the battle, noting that Xu Jingming has broken through to Tier 3 high rank, though he finds the range of his lightning ability shockingly excessive. He realizes the student intends to take on the bear alone. Wu Chuan watches with amusement. He appreciates Xu Jingming's courage but believes letting the genius suffer a bit will help him realize his own weaknesses. The storm thunder bear roars, its eyes glowing as electricity gathers around its massive frame. With terrifying speed, the beast swings its gigantic arm down, unleashing a lightning-infused strike at Xu Jingming. Instead of dodging, Xu Jingming meets the attack head-on with a powerful punch. The impact creates a blinding explosion of energy as their powers crash, shaking the forest. Watching from the shadows, Wu Chuan is stunned. He cannot believe Xu Jingming blocked the attack and sees the student's lightning seems even stronger than the beast's. He reminds himself the bear is a Tier 4 high-rank creature, a full major rank higher. Sweat forms on Wu Chuan's face as he realizes something is very wrong. He concludes Xu Jingming's ability is definitely not A rank, but likely S rank or even higher. The name suddenly rings a bell. He finally remembers Xu Jingming is the famous S-rank lightning freshman from Magic City University. Even knowing this, it's hard to process that a first-year student has already reached Tier 3 high rank. Meanwhile, Xu Jingming presses his advantage, clashing with the bear in midair. With lightning flaring from his eyes and a confident smile, Xu Jingming enjoys the fight, confirming his lightning is superior as he challenges the beast to continue. Engulfed in golden lightning, Xu Jingming charges at the massive storm thunder bear. Their fists collide in a blinding clash of golden and green elemental energy. The impact sends powerful shockwaves through the trees. Instructor Wu Chuan is shocked that a human can fight head-to-head with a Tier 4 high-rank beast, internally comparing Xu Jingming's physical power to a humanoid monster's. Holding a video camera, Wu Chuan decides to record the battle, planning to use the footage to show his arrogant elite students what a true top-tier university genius can do. Meanwhile, a grinning Xu Jingming is thrilled to confirm his physical strength matches the massive bear's. He pushes his power further, fully activating his indestructible thunder body and thunder pole state. With his energy peaking, he charges at the beast once more. He lands another devastating, lightning-infused punch directly on the bear. The ferocious beast roars in pain and anger from the solid strike. In retaliation, the bear swipes heavily at Xu Jingming, sending him skidding backwards. Landing safely, Xu Jingming reflects that defeating such a durable creature usually requires weapons, since his powerful bare-handed strike failed to break its leg. Still, he remains committed to using only his fists for this encounter. Enraged, the beast gathers a massive amount of volatile green lightning around its body. It lets out a deafening roar, summoning a devastating thunderstorm to cover the area. Wu Chuan observes the extreme danger, noting that anyone caught inside would be severely injured or killed. While the standard tactic would be to retreat, he realizes Xu Jingming has no plans to back down. Instead, crackling with intense golden energy, Xu Jingming smiles, challenging the beast to see whose lightning is superior. Enveloped in crackling energy, Xu Jingming leaps high into the air. He comes down with tremendous force, creating a massive, blinding explosion of golden and purple lightning on impact. With a confident grin, he summons his specialized lightning armor to boost his defenses and power. Fully charged, he fearlessly charges straight into the roaring beast. Moving at speeds the bear cannot track, Xu Jingming unleashes a relentless flurry of devastating punches from all directions, completely overwhelming the massive creature. He easily dodges the beast's slow counterattacks, noting internally that a Tier 4 high-rank beast speed is unimpressive against his own. Deciding to finish the fight, he unleashes his Thunder Dragon Fist technique, sending a fierce dragon of pure golden lightning at his opponent. The devastating strike lands on the bear's head, dealing a fatal blow. Xu Jingming lands gracefully as the enormous beast collapses behind him in a cloud of dust. A system notification confirms the kill, rewarding him with ability points. Watching from the shadows, Instructor Wu Chuan is drenched in cold sweat. He is astounded that an apex predator was killed so easily, realizing Xu Jingming's power is closer to a mythical dragon than a human. Stepping out from his hiding spot, Wu Chuan approaches Xu Jingming, praising the S-rank student's formidable strength. As Xu Jingming turns to him, Wu Chuan marvels at a Tier 3 high-rank user defeating a Tier 4 high-rank beast, remarking that humanity wouldn't fear the monster threat with more geniuses like him. Wu Chuan reveals his video camera, explaining he recorded the battle. He asks for permission to use the footage as teaching material for his elite students. Xu Jingming casually agrees, noting internally that he hadn't even used his full strength. A grateful Wu Chuan thanks him on behalf of the Thunder Martial Arts Hall. Taking the opportunity, Wu Chuan asks if Xu Jingming has considered joining their Thunder Martial Arts Hall after graduation. While harvesting materials from the bear, the student replies that he hasn't thought about his future plans yet. Eager to recruit him, Wu Chuan highlights their benefits, promising top-tier treatment, a lucrative post guarding the Thunder Secret Realm, and personal guidance from their Hall Master, a legendary Tier 9 martial saint. Secretly acknowledging how beneficial that position would be, Xu Jingming politely thanks the instructor and promises to consider it. However, he reminds Wu Chuan that as a freshman, he still has plenty of time before making career decisions. Satisfied, Wu Chuan changes the subject, telling Xu Jingming that his senior brother, Jiang Luo, is waiting anxiously outside the zone. He offers to pass along a message if Xu Jingming plans to train longer. Feeling a bit guilty for forgetting his senior brother, an awkward Xu Jingming declines, stating he is preparing to head back immediately. Instructor Wu Chuan watches Xu Jingming harvest materials, internally marveling that the student survived alone in the thunderstorm zone for 6 days, surpassing Wu Chuan's own record. Xu Jingming politely excuses himself, urging the instructor to head back first. Reaching deep into the fur of the fallen bear, a tired Xu Jingming searches for his prize. He successfully extracts a glowing blue thunder crystal core. Inspecting it, he notes it is slightly inferior to the one his senior brother gifted him, but still a valuable find, prompting him to finally head back. As he emerges from the secret realm's gateway into the base, Xu Jingming is immediately spotted by a relieved Jiang Luo. Jiang Luo rushes over, amazed his junior brother endured a full 6 days and 5 nights, and asks how he is. Xu Jingming plainly admits he just feels incredibly sleepy. Amused, Jiang Luo puts a supportive arm around him, stating that fighting beasts without sleep for 5 days would exhaust anyone. He guides Xu Jingming away, advising him that cultivation requires a balance of work and rest before sending him off to sleep. Later that night in his office, Instructor Wu Chuan casually tosses a spherical projector. Before him stand the 3 elite training camp students, Lei Jinyang, a female student, and a purple-haired male student. Lei Jinyang asks for the results of their mission. Wu Chuan confirms everyone passed safely, noting they all killed at least one Tier 3 peak beast, while praising Lei Jinyang for taking down a Tier 4 low-rank beast. Internally, Wu Chuan praises Lei Jinyang's ability, but reflects that he is still vastly inferior to the monstrous talent of Xu Jingming. Outwardly, Wu Chuan congratulates them for meeting his expectations. He then shifts the conversation, asking for their impression of Jiang Luo's junior brother. Lei Jinyang admits they crossed paths and acknowledges Xu Jingming's strength, estimating his power to be around Tier 3 peak. The purple-haired student adds that while Xu Jingming is formidable, he still cannot compare to Lei Jinyang. Catching his projector, Wu Chuan playfully questions their confidence. The purple-haired student insists he is right, believing their elite camp is superior to a top university like Magic City. Instead of arguing, Wu Chuan simply holds out the projector and tells the boastful students to watch a video. The device floats up and projects a large holographic recording into the center of the office. The projection displays a massive, glowing creature. The purple-haired student immediately recognizes it as a storm thunder bear and gasps at its size, identifying it as at least a Tier 4 high-rank beast. Lei Jinyang quickly draws their attention to the beast's opponent. The hologram reveals a glowing, lightning-clad figure, locked in combat with the bear. The purple-haired student stammers in absolute shock as he and his peers recognize the fighter as none other than Xu Jingming.